In this Beijing restaurant, Australian beef is making a triumphant return to the Chinese market.
It has become a staple across the country in most steakhouses and even some of the hot pot restaurants.
But Australian wine is not.
Yesterday I went to a local place called Marketplace, which is a high-end gourmet shop, to see, hey, are any of these new Australian wines on the shelves? There weren't any. And the staff told me they don't have any. So there may be wines pouring in, but there's a difference between imports and sales.
China's trade war against Australia began in 2020 after then Prime Minister Scott Morrison enraged Beijing by calling for an independent investigation into the origins of COVID. At the time, Australia was selling more wine to China than France, more than $1 billion worth each year.
When the tariffs came in, it just took the position to almost zero.
Since August 2023, China has lifted trade barriers on most Australian beef, wine and barley, and now rock lobsters are expected to return by the end of the year. Beef has bounced back, but Australian wine has not.
Having the absence of Australian wine actually allowed France and Chile to upscale their import-export business. So now they're doing a lot better in their quality assurance. And then they've also just taken over a complete market share.
Now it's run into yet another challenge, China's economic slowdown.
In the months after the tariffs on wine were lifted, exports surged, worth more than $340 million from April to June. But in July, the numbers dropped right off, and it's still hard to find an Australian drop in bars and restaurants here in China.
Wine consumption overall decreased 24.7% year on year, which means the market has actually shrunk. And that's coupled with, Australia being absent, it means that our market share has also decreased.
There is some hope on the horizon. Ahead of China's major holiday period, the government announced a package of stimulus measures timed to get consumer spending back on track, with more to come.
For domestic tourism and consumption in holidays, there is not a big problem. The problem may come after holidays when people can say, okay, I have spent a lot of money, so people will be more prone to save money, and that is not good for the economy right now.
Wine is an easy luxury to give up. It's a newly acquired luxury for many people, and it's quite expensive here. So if you're going to give anything up, that's what you're going to give up.
Kathleen Calderwood, ABC News, Beijing.